Right, the morning show at East Coast. We're going to be talking about these cars like Revolut and N26 in just a second. But in the meantime, we are going to talk about vegans. And should vegans be given their own shelf in the office fridge and offered non-leather safety wear as part of new British guidelines for firms? These are there. Sandra Higgins joins us from Go Vegan World. Sandra, good morning to you.
Good morning. Thank you for having me on.
Not at all. Thanks for joining us. I see there was a court case recently as well about ethical veganism, which was won in the British courts, about people who, had, I suppose, semi-religious view on what they were doing for the good of the world or whatever. But what about the central question here? Vegans should be given their own shelf in the office fridge.
So just let me correct you there. This is not about a semi-religious view. This is about the legal right of vegans to hold the belief that it is wrong to exploit, use, own and kill other animals.
I understand that, Sandra, but I'm just saying that was a side issue, so don't say you have to correct me on something that was actually a side issue, and I was putting a context on it. So it wasn't actually in comparison to an ethical religious view about having your own shelf in the fridge.
If you could let me explain to your listeners, because it's a very interesting topic, and I'm sure they'd like to hear. So, the human rights and the equality legislation deems that veganism is a serious, cogent belief worthy of being protected in law. So the belief is that it is wrong to use, own, exploit and kill other animals. And vegans are entitled to have that belief and to live according to that belief. So this legal duty affects the government, it affects service providers, and it affects employers. So we have in Ireland, we have done a survey recently of vegans living in Ireland, Scotland and the UK to assess what it's like to live with this belief, and part of our question included the workplace. So a lot of vegans, 57%, almost 60% of vegans in the workplace are not given the option of food that they can eat. And around about 20% of them experience illegal discrimination, harassment and victimisation. And even more people have reported to us that they're leaving their employment because they don't believe that their employers will take this issue seriously. So we have a legal department. This is the area that we work on, vegan rights, and included in that are employers' obligations. And we're here to help employers. We don't want employers to feel threatened about this. We're here to support employers so that they can help vegans to feel comfortable in the workplace, live according to their rights and hold on to their employees.
And have any of these cases come to, say, the Work Relations Board or anything like that?
Not in Ireland, but the one that you referred to in England, you see, was about somebody who claims that he was dismissed from his employment on the grounds of veganism. So the first part of his case was a test of existing law. Is a vegan in the workplace protected according to their non-religious philosophical belief? And the test showed, the judge ruled in his favour, that he is protected. So that was just the first part of that case in the UK. There's been more cases in the UK than in Ireland, and most of those, all the cases of people, you mentioned earlier ethical veganism. Well, all veganism is ethical because it's not a diet. It's the ethical belief that it's wrong to use, own, kill and exploit other animals. So there's been interesting cases where people who hold this belief, the courts have found in their favour, versus somebody who is vegetarian. They actually lost their case because vegetarianism is not cogent. And cogent means a logical, clear belief. Vegans have a very logical, clear belief. So we believe that it's wrong to exploit other animals. Vegetarians believe that it's wrong to exploit some animals in some ways. So the person who took their case in a workplace discrimination case and claimed that they were vegetarian, they lost because they didn't have this serious logical belief.
Right, so the future of this and the advice to employers and to other people that this may affect, what would you say to them?
We're here to help employers. We have a vegan rights section on our website. Barbara Bolton is our legal counsel. This is her area of specialty. This is a human right, and employers have a duty to respect vegans in the same way that they would prevent any employee from being a victim of racism or sexism or bullying on any other grounds. But we're here to help both employees to assert their rights and know their rights, and to help employers. So we offer a free service. Anybody with any concern can get in touch with us, and we will help to explain your rights and your obligations and help you to enact them. And we offer Skype sessions to employers, or you can give us a call or email us. We're here to help. Veganism is the future, and we're here to help to make this right. But can I just say that a lot of the focus at the moment, because of this case in particular, is on the end stage of veganism, and that's the respect for the belief, for the behaviour in the workplace. But it's cultural change that we need. We need people to understand what veganism is, because most people are vegan in their hearts. Most people agree that it's wrong to exploit other animals. So it's the thoughts that govern the behaviour that we're interested in explaining to people and to change, because we have quite a few instances in our survey of people who were afraid, who put up with bullying and harassment, who were afraid to ask for their rights, afraid to ask, for instance, for a non-leather uniform. And if employers knew their obligations and the reasoning for those obligations, I'm sure that the vast majority of them would go out of their way to accommodate vegans.
Yeah, I was just wondering, Sandra, was it by omission that a lot of employers maybe operate rather than anti?
Sure, it is because the culture, we live in a speciesist culture. We've all grown up where we were told that other animals were ours to use. We were subject to advertising. We were subject to free animal products when we were at school. And the veganism is about changing that, realising that other animals they're not our property. It's wrong for us to use them. They pay far too heavy a price for our unthinking use of them. So this is just about helping people to think a little bit more deeply and clearly about it, as well as the legal obligation on employers to respect vegans in the workplace. So you're right, it's omission, but it's very serious. For instance, our survey showed that about half the people patients in hospital had no vegan food, and a significant percentage of the staff didn't know what vegans eat.
Okay, so a lot to do. Sandra, got to leave it there, but good to highlight that. Thank you very much indeed for the chat this morning. Thank you. That's Sandra Higgins there from Go Vegan World on the morning show.